Welcome. My name is Graham Roberts Phelps. I'm a senior training advisor and consultant with Euromatech, and I'm really pleased to have this opportunity to share with you a short extract from a course I've developed called Learning Resilience. This course is designed and delivered as a live online training program. In addition to what you're going to see today, there will be many different learning activities, online discussions, practical demonstrations, and real-life examples. Over the years as a trainer, my goal is to give people the ideas, the inspiration, and the information they can make things happen after the training for themselves and for others. Learning resilience is a really important topic today, and I hope you find this short presentation informative and inspiring. The 3 points I want to focus on in this short presentation is a definition and understanding of what is personal resilience, what are some of the behaviors and attributes of resilient people, and what gets in the way of us being resilient, what I call common barriers. So let's start with a simple definition of what is resilience. This is a definition from a dictionary: an ability to recover from or adjust easily to misfortune or change. Whether that means missing a meeting, or being late for something, or going shopping and forgetting our wallet, or failing to get the job that we've been working for so hard, or some setback in the economy or with our company. How do we deal with these things? This is what resilience is about. The bounce back, the turnaround, the turning adversity into opportunity. This is the essence of resilience. A slightly longer definition, and this is really what the training is about, is that it involves the behaviors, the thoughts and the actions that allow us to be better people, mentally and physically. It means not being affected so much by the things that don't go quite as well as we've hoped. And people can develop, and this is the key, we can learn these attributes. Being resilient is not just a personality trait. And if it is seen as that, it's probably we've learnt it from our parents, from our peers, and from our co-workers. But there are some very simple, some very practical ways that we can learn to become more resilient. And that means adapting and recovering from the setbacks and adversity by using effective coping strategies. And I will finish my presentation with a glimpse at a few of those that we include in the training. Take the word responsibility. At the core of being resilient is your ability to respond to what happens to you. Very few of us can really control everything that goes on in our lives, but we can control our response to them. Responsibility is the co-partner of reliance. Many years ago, I read a really interesting book on resilience, and it got me interested in the subject. And there was a quotation from the book that I still remember to this day. It said, "Everything will work out fine. If things aren't fine today, it's just they haven't finished working out." And when I have moments when I think, what's this about? Why has this happened? This is getting too difficult. I remember that. And I think that is at the core of all resilient people. So let's look at some examples of resilience. It's all around us if we look for it. This is a picture from Venice. Now, Venice for centuries has been struggling and suffering from rising water levels. The city is literally disappearing into the sea. And yet today it is one of the most vibrant, successful, busy cities in the world. Not only one of the most beautiful, because of the resilience of the people of Venice. The Venetians will not be beaten by the sea, and it continues to thrive and survive. It's a great example. Every single one of us, I'm thinking here, has studied for a qualification and probably passed the exam. We may not have found it as easy as we hoped for. We've got bad marks from our teachers on the way. We've had homework assignments that didn't go quite as well. We've had to keep trying and keep learning and keep improving. But that's resilience. If you pass the exam, it's much more about your resilience than your intelligence in many ways. Applying for a job or a promotion. I was talking to somebody on a training course recently. We were online before everybody else arrived. And they were saying this was a new job for them. I said, congratulations, that's fantastic. She said, yes, it's such a relief. And I asked her why she said that. And she said, I applied for over 50 jobs before I got this one. She had over 30 second interviews. I said, wow, that's some resilience you've got there. And she said, yes, but one of the things I realized was I had no choice to keep applying for jobs. That was easy. She said, what I had to do was learn after every rejection. What could I improve for next time? And I think that's a real skill. If you don't get the job you want today, you don't get the promotion that you've been working so hard for. Keep trying, but keep learning and how you can adjust and adapt. In a much smaller but no less significant way, resilience is about how we respond to criticism or negative feedback from others without getting defensive, without getting difficult or losing our temper. It's also when we deal with sadness and loss and grief and things that really could affect us and consume us, but in reality we have to move on from that, and that's resilience. And that's learned as well as anything else. It also means keeping our composure. Instead of launching into an argument or being difficult, we bite our tongue and we maintain a positive relationship, not resorting to anger or sarcasm or any other form of retribution. So let's look at the attributes of resilient people. What is it these people do? When somebody is decided to be very resilient, what are we actually talking about? Well, here's a list. It's a big list. You might want to just quickly scan through this. It's not an exhaustive list. There might be a few others. But these are common to people who have this ability to bounce back and turn adversity into some form of opportunity, who don't react negatively to things and people and situations that others might get annoyed, angry, or upset about. I want to pick out one or two of these. Number 3 is really important. Resilience, if nothing else, is about being rational. It's keeping a reasonable perspective on things. If you lose go of your emotions, you get frustrated or angry or annoyed, it's a very good chance your perspective of things will also change. So by staying calm and learning how to stay calm in stressful situations, you will keep a clear sense of perspective, and that will allow you to become more resilient. The last two are also really important. There is a definite role in having a positive support network. People around you can encourage you to be resilient, just their encouragement. But resilient people seem to have the ability to encourage themselves by just presenting the world as not the end of the world, as being positive rather than negative, and maybe next time won't be so bad. And looking at something and realizing that a glass of water could be half full or half empty, depending on how you look at it. And most importantly, they do not waste time asking why something's happened, but how and what can I do about it. Now, resilience, in the training, we talk about resilience as something we have in